So you live in Malvern, you've got a dog, and you're thinking about training. It can feel like a pretty big deal, right? Well, this guide is here to make it a whole lot easier to find that perfect trainer for you and your pup. And this is so true. We're not just talking about sit and stay here. This is about building a real partnership, one that makes your daily life for both of you way more enjoyable and a lot less stressful.
Okay, so here's what we're going to cover. We'll start by picturing what life could look like. Then we'll get into training styles, how to pick a trainer, what it might cost here in Malvern, and then the fun part, where to practice.
All right, first things first, let's talk about training specifically for life here in Malvern. Honestly, before you even start looking for a trainer, the best thing you can do is just get a clear picture of what you're actually hoping for. I mean, just imagine it. Walking down King Street without your arm being pulled out of its socket. Or maybe just relaxing with your dog nearby without them lunging at every single person who walks by. That's the real goal, right? Just making your day-to-day life in Malvern a little easier, a little more fun.
So how do we get there? Well, that leads us right into our next section, finding a training style that fits. It's all about figuring out the methods and the setup that's going to work for your dog.
You're going to hear this term a lot, positive reinforcement. It's pretty much the gold standard these days, and for good reason. The whole idea is simple. Instead of punishing bad behavior, you reward the good stuff. It works, it's humane, and it really builds a solid bond of trust with your dog.
Okay, so what are you actually looking for? Usually it's one of three things. Got a new puppy? You're probably focused on socialization and, not having accidents in the house. For most everyone else, it's basic obedience, the essentials for a polite dog. But if you're dealing with tougher stuff like fear or reactivity, then you're looking for what's called behavior modification. Now, how does this training actually happen? You've basically got two main options. In-home training is great because the trainer comes to you and works on problems right where they happen, like, say, jumping on guests. Then you've got group classes. They're awesome for teaching your dog to focus with other dogs and people around, and they're usually a bit easier on the wallet.
Okay, this is a big one. How do you actually choose the right trainer? Let's go through some simple questions you can ask to make sure you feel really good about who you hire. I mean, there are a lot of trainers out there, so how do you really know if someone is the right fit for your dog and for your family? Here's a simple 5-step checklist. 1. Ask about their methods. A really telling question is, what happens when my dog gets it wrong? Their answer tells you everything. 2. Check their credentials. Look for letters like KPAC, TP, or CPDT, KA. They aren't just for show. They mean the person has passed some serious exams and stays up to date. 3. Talk about your goals for life in Malvern. Do they get it? 4. Ask how they track progress. And finally, number 5, ask if you can do a quick phone call first. It's a great way to see if you even click before you commit.
Okay, so you've got a few names you like. Now for the practical stuff, money and rules. Let's talk about what to budget and a few local things you should know. Just to give you a ballpark idea, for a single one-on-one private lesson here in the Malvern area, you're probably looking at somewhere between $125 and $200. And if you're looking at packages, a group class that runs for a few weeks will be in the low hundreds. A package of in-home visits, which is more personalized, that's going to be more in the $500 to $1,000 range. And then you have things like board and trains, which are way more intensive and, a much bigger investment. It's also a good idea to just be aware of the local rules. They're super straightforward, nothing crazy. They're just there so everyone, dog owner or not, can enjoy our public spaces. The big ones are pretty simple. Your dog needs to be on a leash in public spaces, and you've always got to pick up after them. You also need a Chester County dog license and to make sure their rabies shot is up to date. That's state law. All basic stuff, but definitely good to know. All right, and now for the best part. This is where all that hard work pays off. You've got these new skills, so where can you go to use them? We've got some really great spots around Malvern to practice. Burke Park is perfect for just working on that polite leash walking with some mild distractions around. The Chester Valley Trail, that's your next level up. Great for practicing focus when you've got joggers and bikes going by. And when you feel ready to work on recall, you'll want a safe fenced-in spot like the dog parks in West Goshen or Phoenixville. So, when you think about all this work, the research, the training, what's it really all for? It's pretty simple, really. It's about having a dog that you can feel confident and happy with no matter where you are. The right training means you can both actually enjoy all the great things Malvern has to offer, together, without all the stress. It just makes your whole life together better. At home, out on the trails, wherever you go. I hope this helps, and I wish you the best of luck on your training journey.